again, people, and welcome to yet another edition of the Elder Scrolls Arena playthrough. Today's going to be a little bit of a shorter playthrough. I don't exactly have the best battery on my phone to begin with, only at 57%, but with all that in mind, I'm going to try and do something. It's going to basically be playing until this thing gets very low on battery as usual, and it kind of works out anyway because I only have so much time before I'll be busy today. So with all that in mind, we're going to get started. No real massive introduction this time, besides the fact that we've finally been accepted by Jigathon. We're finally being loved by him. No longer are we being insulted, which is definitely a good feeling. Because, after all, half this game we've been constantly insulted by him. Though every time we die, we seem to still be insulted. So, I'm still a bit confused on that. I think when I died, he was like, you are a fool! All that, and I thought he was supposed to not insult me, so I'm still a bit confused on that. Anyway, now we need to figure out where the Crystal Tower is, which is supposed to be south of a mountain range, or something like that. And, yeah, that's about it. Kind of like how I ended up stopping the fourth one right before I actually explored the city of where I'm supposed to be going. With this one, yeah, I did something similar where I just do not know where I'm even going now. So, we're going to ask somebody and try and figure out where we're going, and go from there. This is apparently where I stopped. Yeah, that's right, because I wanted to try and make it to two parts, and I ended up having to make it into 3 anyway. AKA one of the most useless things I did. But, oh well. Just segments in a weird way, but now we get to continue now. Okay, let's see here. Where is the Crystal Tower? Have you tried asking at a temple? They seem to know everything. Wait, what? That's somewhat useful, but the fact of the matter is there's a bunch of temples. Okay, other person, can you give me a bit more info? Isn't that just a legend? Okay, you guys are absolutely useless, and you look like brothers of each other, too. You're absolute clones. Look at this. Oh, wait. He's wearing a white belt. He's wearing a red belt. Oh, my God, they're twins inside that. Oh, my God, it's the third brother. Oh, my God, they're all looking alike. This is really awkward. And, oh, my God, this sounds a little loud for me. I think I have my volume a bit too high. Yep. It's been insignificant, but... well, I don't want it too loud so you can't hear me. And my beautiful voice! Okay, let's see here. I want to find out where the Crystal Tower is. I heard that the Crystal Tower was somewhere in the wilderness of Summerset. I don't want to mislead you, however, I'm not really very sure. I'm going to trust you on your word and end up going to Summerset for nothing. But, let's see here. So I'm assuming when you said Summerset, you actually mean Summerset Isle? I mean, there's no other Summerset? So... yeah, I thought this was supposed to be a mountain range. Well, they said south of a mountain range, so I guess it could be like Gwenny's Islands and be overlooking this. It does make sense because we've been everywhere else to the south. It could be in High Rock because they said it started in High Rock. And the mountain range kind of went down to somewhere. Valenwood or the Black Marsh or somewhere, they said. And because of that, it would have to be south of that, which is the Summerset Isle. So yeah, it makes total sense, actually. Look at that fancy-looking island. Okay, let's go to first hold, because I really don't know where to go. Oops. Wrong button! Wrong button! You have arrived in the city state of First Hold in the Summerset Isle province. The day is Sunday, blah 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 blah. 54 days, when High Lord Gerenian came to the Isle, our city sprang from his first step onto its rocky shores. Okay. Be welcome to First Hold, birthplace of the High Elves who carry our past. It's alright, yeah, this is land of the High Elves. Who believe they're better than everybody else. Oh, another little insignificant detail? The popping noise is a lot softer now. I spent a bunch of time trying to switch over from the regular bass version to Gravis Ultrasound. So instead of Sound Blaster, I'm now using Gravis Ultrasound. And that makes the popping slightly better. As you still hear, it'll still pop. You know, it's like there's still a slight popping noise. It's just a lot better than it used to be. Anyway, it looks like we're looking for the same style buildings. So, yeah. Looking for that stone-like building. At this point, I'm kind of getting used to it. Oh god, oh god! Yeah, I should take the buckler. Take all this random junk and we'll sell it. Where is stuff I need? Great, I come into the city and I have no idea where I'm going. Okay, this is an inn. That's something. This is an inn. The Flying Serpent. Alright. It's a cool spring night outside, but you have no need to seek out the fireplace on entering the Flying Serpent. The tobacco smoke and smell of new bread trickles onto the open windows and into the night. More drinking songs! Yay! What do you have to say to me? The bartender would know if there's any work to be found in Bursthold. You may find this hard to believe, but I don't want to be your friend. Who are you? Do you often interrupt musicians in the middle of a rehearsal? Little respect for art these days, especially here in Bursthold. Ah, well, I'm Lily and Grathar. What can I do for you, stranger? Great, now I've heard the music recital. Where is Crystal Tower? No, where is the Crystal Tower? You just cut me off. What? Okay. Do not ask him, he will just glitch. That's brilliant. That's brilliant indeed. Okay, let's see here. Apparently it glitches when you're inside a building or something, because this is not normally the case. Let's get a room. I only want to stay one day. Let's get it up to 8 gold. And let's see here, how long am I sleeping? A few hours. Not too bad, but for about 7 hours. There we are. That gives me back some health. Free health for everybody! The interesting thing is that this place is a rest like this, but of course because they're an inn, it doesn't matter. So what am I talking about? I don't really know, but I would point that out. Oh my god! You're like everybody else except you have orange faces! Why do you have an orange face? I guess this is what distinguishes elves from normal people. Elves have orange faces. They're like Homer Simpson. It's the Simpsons! We found the Simpsons! We found Springfield! The only thing I heard about Crystal Tower came from a traveler near Valenwood. Maybe you should start there, okay. So after this, I'll go to Valenwood. But first, we need to find a weapons shop in this city. Here we are. That was quick enough. An open window and Solinar's provisions brings in the smell of spring flowers as you look over your money to see what you can afford. There are several displayed items that might prove useful. I would disagree with that. A staff of luck. This is what you found useful for me. This is what you found useful? An ebony kite shield of strength would be pretty awesome, honestly. If I ever care about shields, this is the place to get it. But I like daikatanas. Okay, I need to sell some of this junk. No, I don't want to sell that. Come on, work with me, gang. 15 gold. Gotta get it to 20? 19! Yay, let's do this. Sell for tiny amounts of gold for stuff I just found on the street. Yay for pocket change! Why are we even doing this? Why do we bother picking it up? Seriously! What benefit did picking it up do? Because I have to sell random junk. It really doesn't matter. I am getting tiny amounts of gold, but at this point, it's really pocket change. Okay, 15 gold. Another one is that, okay. Not really sure why I'm doing all this, but hey, if I can get a bit more gold, why not? Maybe get more gold. Alright, there we are. Oh god, no, no. Run!
Not me.
I didn't mean to do that! No, I have to sell more stuff! No! No! No, I have to sell more! Poor me. I was getting out of this mess so easily. And now I have to sell more stuff. Pity me. But the good news, actually, from this, is that some of this stuff might actually be better chain gear. Look at that new gear. I'm liking this idea. I might be able just to switch to new gear. And now I don't even have to repair it. Yay for accidentally stealing. This has given me the ability to replace all my gear. Except my pauldrons. Which will have to stay used, sadly, but that's not too bad. When before everything was kind of worn. And then we got some random kite shields, all that, blah blah blah. I'll have to sell all that, but now we got some chain gear that's new. Back to the old grind. 13 gold, let's try 16 gold. Figure as much, it's probably 15. Oh no, counter that. That was my ad then. 30 gold. 35. 37. 38. That works for me. And we get some more pocket change. Just keep selling some of this random junk. Find out which ones I'm selling, which ones I'm not. And we could get some good profit out of this. Well, not really much profit, but as in money. But profit as in better armor. I'm glad I accidentally stole. Hooray for accidentally clicking the stealing button. It gave me good gold. Well, I keep saying gold, but you know what I mean. I got good stuff. It's in good armor. Which means I won't have to spend a bunch of gold trying to repair it all. While buying it all back. Now it won't be like my entire armor set breaks in one dungeon. Which is pretty useful. Man, 45? 44. Slowly but surely we're breaking through this. We got the pauldron still. We can't get rid of those right away. 3 gold. Yeah, this must have been like about to fully break, because that's really cheap. $22 gold. Let's try 28. 27. Haha. As usual, welcome to the weapon shop, aka pretty much the entirety of this game. Just keep spamming 27s. all this because we went to one weapon shop. But like I say, on the good news is the fact of the matter that now I'll have much better armor when we go to this dungeon. Armor that originally I wasn't planning on switching around. Just kind of letting run out. Wait, why am I even arguing that? No, if it's going to get anywhere. Another one just like it! Two swords, all alike! Okay, still got our freaking amazing swords of death. My other sword is now I have 4 swords carrying my inventory. I hope that's enough. Whoa, what am I doing there? Yeah, if that price is accepted, pity me. Because I just found the ultimate glitch. And all these ebony stuff, of course, the stuff I like. Adjust my headset. Okay, let's see here. Absolutely nothing useful in here. I'm still not exactly sure why we have a cure poison. I mean, when have we ever had to deal with poison? I forgot how orange the people were outside. We have like the same human NPCs as always, but then you go outside and you have these weird orange people. It's really jarring. I mean, at least in the other Elven City, they weren't orange when you walked outside. This is, like, very, very weird. So since I'm here, let's go to some other weapon shops. It's just going to be a quick checkup on different places, make sure we're not missing anything. Since we're in the city, might as well check. Because certain cities are going to have the amazing stuff. It's just got to figure out where they are. Yo, I would love a magical daikatana. I don't know why it's so hard to find one, but it seems like I'm struggling to find a magical daikatana. Wait, how am I stats doing? Yeah, I still need a bit more in endurance. Wow. Yeah, endurance doesn't seem to be getting much better. Probably because it's so hard to build up levels now. It's the curse of exponential leveling. It's to a point where it's such a pain to level one level. Yeah, you need to grind it. I don't think chain armor can have anything magical on it, so... It's just kind of a thing that's there. And... not really seeing other weapon shops right away. Just trying to move around a little bit, make sure... and then we'll go to the other town. Got Lilliput? We going to the town of the tiny people? For the Lilliputians? I forget the name of the town. And we get music as we fall in the water. I don't even know why they have a music track when we fall in the water. Like, when would we intentionally fall in there? Hello, other random blacksmith. You're a lot like every other blacksmith I found in the city, as in you are a human. Silver daikatana? That would sound better, except for the fact that, you know, silver is kinda useless. Seriously, game, that wasn't what I was looking for. Silver daikatana. Could you give me like a better daikatana than silver? Okay, here's some daikatanas. A daikatana of lightning, and a daikatana of shock resistance. Shock resistance, I don't really know what that means. And lightning, I don't know how that would be. At this point, I think both are pretty weak. Because both sell for pretty light amounts as well. Shock resistance and lightning, I've seen a lot of swords for. And both are pretty uninteresting. But hey, this is at least magical daikatanas. I do have to give it credit that I'm finally fighting some magical daikatanas. Now we just need very powerful magical daikatanas. You want to be a nice one? Like ebony daikatana. Or an adamantium. I'd be happy with that adamantium. Doesn't even need any other magical properties. Just give me an ebony daikatana. And I'd be happy. I mean, you gotta find one eventually, right? I don't know why I'm having such difficulty finding one, actually. The reason why I'm not really caring about switching too much is because I still feel all of them would be pretty shoddy and a waste of my money. Not that I really have a concern about money at all, but no real use wasting it like that on something I'll probably never bother with. Uh-oh! Oh, repair. Okay, so we have 211,000, and I'm not finding even one normal daikatana that I can use. Who knows, I'm probably past like very good long swords and whatnot. If I ever see like an ebony longsword of lifesteal or firestorm, I'll be pretty happy. Who knows, I may have passed one. Wouldn't that stink? It turns out that I actually passed one of those. In my crazed hunt to find an ebony daikatana. Well, ebony daikatana is the ultimate thing to find. You get that, you're pretty in the clear for the rest of the game. At least for weaponry. Well, until you find the ebony daikatana of lifesteal. Then that's the second ebony daikatana. We'll just get like a whole array of like ebony daikatanas. Okay, yeah, it seems like this is pretty much going to be the end of this town. Not much more I can think of doing here. By bunny hopping around, it just kind of wasted time. Lillandrill, here we are. You have arrived in the state of Lillandrill in the Summerset Isle province. Welcome to Lillandrill, the High Elven hold on the northern coast of Somerset. The people fight here for honor and glory. Come, challenge our land, if you dare. That's welcoming. Try and challenge our lands. Okay, let's see here. Where is the Crystal Tower? The Crystal Tower is a nexus of power, known by all mages as a crucible of magic. You should ask the Mages Guild for any information about it. Though I guess they would tell you little or nothing. So yeah, of course. Every other one between the Palace one seemed to be the Mages Guild one. What's the name of this town again? Lillandrill. Oh, no. Nope. What am I doing? Hitting the wrong buttons, that's what I'm doing. Lillandrill. So yeah, the one problem about this is the fact that, well, it seems very repetitious, not only in the fact that you need a gunslinger to go to a dungeon before you go to a final area, and we're starting to reuse some of the plots, but it seems to switch between Mages Guild Palace, Mages Guild Palace. Let's see here. The first one was for Stonekeep, and that was at the palace. Then we had Failure, blah blah blah. But next one was the Fortress of Ice, which required the Mages Guild. And then we went to... what was it? The third one was Celine's Web, and Celine's Web was at the palace. And then the fourth one... wait, no, because the fourth one was just the last one we did. And that required the Mages Guild as well. Yeah, so we just had 2 Mages Guilds right in a row. Okay, so it isn't so much of a pattern as Mages Guild Palace, Mages Guild Palace. Because we didn't go to a palace last time, we went to a Mages Guild. If anything, we should be going to a palace this time, so... yeah, this is an interesting break in the pattern. 2 Mages Guild in a row! It's revolutionary! Totally different! It's unlike anything you've ever seen. We'll never see anything as revolutionary as this again in our lifetime! Anyway, let's see here. I'm trying to find... well, here's an inn. Dancing Jug. That's useful. Well, you look very awkward in an orange shirt. Yeah, I'm just saying on my orange skin-colored shirt. Okay, let's see here. We gotta wander around this town aimlessly until we find a weapon shop. Time for random wandering through a giant city. Because what's more fun than this? You know, maybe I should ask somebody, where is the weapon shops? Southwest, okay. And southwest is that way. Works for me. Across this really random river. Over the river and through the woods. Teletubbies, come to play! Of course, these 3 inns in a row. That isn't common to us by now, but we also have weapon shops like that. So yeah, we'll have a bunch of weapon shops right here to check out. Works for me. Unearthed weaponry, wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, this is the worst unearthed weaponry ever. I'm sorry to say it, dude, but your weaponry isn't that fancy. The Practical Tool Store! What exactly do you consider practical? The most reasonable weapons ever! Nothing insane or overpowered here! Only a short sword of shock resistance! Or an iron katana! Yeah, an iron... I think iron's worse than anything else, so... if I'm correct, it goes Elven, Dwarven, Mithril, Adamantium, Ebony. I think those are the 5 we want. And the order we'd want them in, from least to best. Because each one adds like a +1 modifier to our lowest and highest damage. Look how much I feel like I know about the game after how far we've done into it. We're finally experienced! We know what we're doing! Now if we can actually find a weapon shop that actually has what I'm looking for, so that way we don't have to do this anymore. That'd be brilliant too. Let me see here, did I do all the ones here? Okay, looks like there's only 3 shops on that one. Then we have this one. 4th weapon shop in a row. God, you guys must have a difficult competition with all the weapon shops being in one area. I mean, seriously, what type of solution was this? I got a great idea! I'm gonna open my weapon shop right next door to 3 others! Great idea! Really great idea! That was your plan, where you don't even offer anything better than the other ones. I'm a poet and I don't have many friends. That's the lesson today, people. If you're a poet, you don't have friends. Wow. Harsh. Okay, so we got 4 of these. Where's this one? West. Okay. So we missed one a bit to the west for some reason. Okay, where am I? Oh no, I have been inside Gears. It's one of the 4 I've been to. Okay, where is equipment store? Where's Unearthed Sentries? South. Okay, let's wander south. Yep, here it is. Yet another weapon shop. And yet another little corner of this world. And yeah, nothing interesting. Seriously, at this point, I just like an elven daikatana. That's all I want. Get me an elven daikatana. That's all I ask for. I see a weapon shop out this way. But why is it so hard to find an elven daikatana? I'm not asking for ebony or anything like that. I just want something better than a regular daikatana. That, you know, anything like silver or something like that is doing the same amount of damage. So where on earth are the good daikatanas? I mean, I'm really hoping daikatanas can actually be affected. I mean, I don't know why they couldn't. Okay, we need to find more weapon shops. Because we got... Ow. I think I just lost health somehow. This guy stared at me and I lost health! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we found 6 of the 8 weapon shops or so. Where are the other ones? Southwest, okay. You say in the new tool store, and you say it's the southwest. Where is the new supply store? Must be right here, huh? Yep. Of course there'll be another one right down here. Of course. How many can you put in one area? So that's 7 of them, wow. 7 weapon shops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we got unearthed sentries. One of these is another unearthed. Then we have side aging gears. We have the elite. We have... So we have that love one still we have yet to find. That must be the one that we're looking for. Because, yeah, everything else sounds like stuff we've seen. So Lovey Monsters Noah. And we have seen the other 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, yeah, only 6. So where is... I'm assuming basic provisions. That's the other one to do, like, look at. Stick out to me. Which is also to north. Let me just make sure I'm going the right way on the other one. Alright, so both are north. So we're looking for two tool shores, which are both to the north. We still going north? Northeast, okay. And where about the other one? Which one am I looking for here? Both the northeast of here, okay. And there's the Mages Guild right over here. So, sounds like I'll be going to this weapon shop and then coming right back. So we'll head northeast for a bit. And there's the weapon shop right there. And this looks big enough to hold two. Aha! Yeah, see? Here are the other two. All the weapon shops in this town. Don't let it be said that I didn't explore this town for weaponry. Oh my god! That's an ebony katana. Yeah, that's not an ebony daikatana. I was so happy and then it went down. But an ebony katana is pretty worth it. I mean, you gotta think, it's going to boost up my modifier quite a bit. Before I do this, let's actually check the other one. Maybe they'll have like a daikatana or something. Wouldn't that be awesome? Right across the street from the place that sells ebony weaponry as the ebony daikatana one. I mean, this is a great shop right here. I'm glad I explored everyone in this town because that one has some good stuff. No ebony daikatana, but an ebony katana is pretty close. And this is the most useless one. But we do have this one here, which makes up for it for sure. So what I want to do is I'm going to pick up an ebony daikatana, and we're going to see what it's worth. If it's actually going to be better in terms of weaponry. Because it is pretty powerful. I will be losing some of my willpower for it, which is not good. So let's see here. You're asking for 12,500. Will you take 10,000? No. Why did you accept it so quickly unless I actually went over? No, it's just you're overpriced it like crazy, I guess. So yeah, 9,000 at the least. Maybe less than 9,000 but more than 8,000. $8,890. I hope you don't cross one of my good customers. They'll show you no mercy. Wow. Yeah, you are the best blacksmith in town. I can't really argue with that. 8,950. Okay, it's less than 8,950, but more than 8,900. 8,940? Okay, so it's less than 40, but more than 30. So yeah, one last thing I need to make sure of is 8,939. 8,939. Okay, 8,938. 8,937. There we are, so it's going to be 8,936 apparently. But let's try and buy this weapon and see what we're going to be getting it for. 8,936. Very confusing number. Stop saying the wrong stuff that makes me have to click more than one time. 893, 91, 90.7, 91, yeah, so we can get it just slightly over 8,000, but that's about it. Works for me. Now it's a good chop down for sure. There we are. I'll buy it for that. So now if we check it out, we'll have an Emi Katana, which goes from 8 to 11. Wait, what? 8 to 21. Instead of this, which says 3 to 21. Yes, I will be losing 10 to willpower, which currently I have plus 6 to defend. But you have to remember, almost every dungeon I end up in, I don't really rely on that anyway. If anything, it usually turns out pretty bad for me. Because I don't end up having that magic defense anyway. So I'm going to sell it. Just not worth it. There's other ways to boost up willpower that's not through a sword. A sword's too unstable for it. I get 99. Have to try again. I probably can, but I just need to punch it in constantly. There we are. So now, I have an Emi Daikatana. We're saying an Emi Katana. Not Daikatana. It's only one-handed. In fact, I'm not really sure if an Emi Daikatana would be worth it. With this in mind. I might actually want to go back and buy the Emi Shield, and we'll get something really powerful now, won't we? So, if we go back to the other store that have the Ebony Shield, you know, the Ebony Kite Shield, aka the best shield in the game that we can get, I'm starting to think of really good power here. But yeah, I think I'll begin the kite shield. Just because it's worth it. Because we have a low armor class to begin with. So I definitely need stuff with more protection. Oh, I want to go to the south. Whoopsie! Great, now I have to hop this way. It's just bunny hop it because it's a long distance. Not really sure if that makes much of a difference actually in speed. If you look, it might do a little bit, but not much. It's just as easy to walk it. Okay, there's supposed to be weapon shops around here. Yeah, we just want to go north a bit and then east a bit. Like up and out here. So now for the fun part. We gotta figure out which weapon shop we're going to for the shield. I forget which one it was in. So, bear with me, people. I think it was one of the first ones I went to because... yeah, it had to be because I didn't look at many of them. That's the scary thing, was that I just happened to be looking at that one. And it showed me a great sword. So it probably is in that 3 building a bit to the north. Has to be one of these 3. Maybe like this one, because these were the first few I looked at. And was most likely the one before I started spamming armor. Wasn't him. Gotta figure this out. Maybe it was the practical one, because yeah, I was trying to say how impractical it was or something. No. There was a place with ebony shields. I saw ebony kite shields. Where was it? Or was it in the last town? It might have been in the last town. Now that I think about it. You know what? I think it was in the last town. I fully do now. So, as crazy as this sounds, I have to go back to that other town before I forget about it. The first hold, I want to go all the way back here and back. Yep, this is a lot of complexity just because of one sword. And let's figure out what weapon shops I went to. I went just a bit south and then west. Very far west. Yep, now I just want to go west. Alright. Well, that's simple enough. I can go west. Hey, Creeman! Might be this one, might be another one, but it definitely was in this city. Ebony Kite Shield of Strength. Now, strength is pretty useless to me. It's an absolute waste to do it for a strength. But an ebony kite shield is still very, very good. And I'm too lazy to look everywhere for another ebony kite shield. So I'm just going to get this. Here's 1300, or I said 1200. Wait, how many zeros is that? Maybe that's my problem, maybe I'm actually... See, there we are. 12,500 does work. 12,200. See, 12,000 itself does not work. 12,100 works. Let's see here, so it's going to be more than 12,000, but... $12,900. No, 12,000 and... Less than 12,010, right? $12,090 works. 12,060 works, but 12,050 doesn't. $12,055 works. Getting a bit better. 12,050. Why? 12,053. Aha, so 12,053 is exactly the number we want. Okay, 608. 30. What? Oh, not something. 122. Okay, so 122 was that. Time to get that. Very expensive, but at the same time, we can afford it without even a dent in our profits. So, like I said before, we can get pretty much anything we want. Without too many concerns. I forget if this is the last one, not 121, 22. I didn't think there could be anyone more idiotic than Elyswer, man. Then I met you. Oh, wow. Let us spam this again. And get back to what we had before. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's get our awesome ebony shield out. I mean, that gives me a nice armor class in the middle at least. Until I find the Daikatana that's worthy of replacing it. So yeah, that's why I don't really care too much about like finding the best kite shield in the game. Because the fact of the matter that I still am going to be looking for an ebony Daikatana. And of course, that's going to mean in turn that I'm going to be switching out weaponry eventually. That way I get something that's two-handed. But for the time being, it really doesn't matter if I have an enemy shield, and because of the money I have, and since I saw where one was, it was worth spending that little thing, get a little dent of my money. And I still have over 190,000. I could buy a bunch of stuff like that, and would still have money to do whatever I want. So, might as well use some of it to get a bit better armor class, since I'm not using it otherwise. Okay, we're here and it's nighttime, which is good anyway because I need to rest up. Just this way and south should lead to an inn. Aha! Yay for prior exploration. Okay, let's see here. Get into a room. Only one day. If anything, that means I don't have to repair my sword or anything. I think I already did. Meh. Not that big of a deal anyway. If I try run early morning, we'll camp for a few hours, but not too many. Maybe like 10 hours. How's my health doing? So yeah, it's still a few points less than ideal, but we now have a decent amount of health. It's good enough for me. We're usually right around a week health anyway. In fact, maybe I should camp for like another hour. Because that gives me full health. Then I just come out here. Now I want to figure out how to get out of this place. Usually like a stray door somewhere. The one in the middle? Nope. Aha! Here it is. Now I just need to find where the Mages Guild before it becomes night. Where is the Mages Guild? Southeast. Alright. March my way southeast. Mages Guild is easy enough to see when I get close. And then we'll just figure out where we're going. It's been a long wandering around of cities, but now I'm a lot more powerful than when I started this playthrough. Even today, I've gotten a lot of stuff. You know, that ebony shield and the ebony katana will definitely make me more powerful than I used to be. It's not a daikatana, like I said, so I'm still looking for the best weapon. I'm still on that goal to get that better daikatana, but for the time being, this is pretty good. And it gives me a reason to actually spend money. Something I haven't been able to do lately. After all, it kind of was getting boring not spending any money at all. North. Alright, north. Just straight north. You should see it. Aha! There it is. Look at the brilliance that is this Mages Guild. Now how does one get in? Gonna become night, sir. I need to get in. A cool breeze follows you into the Mages Guild, drying the slight sheen of sweat from your brow. The interior smells of spices and chemicals. As your eyes adjust to a dim light, you can make out arcane implements and magical apparatus. You think you feel a strange tingling on your skin. Okay. I'm gonna leave for a second just to mark it, because I don't think I did. I'm going to go in, and we're going to explore this place. And by that, I mean figure out where we're going next. Let me guess. Stone Tablet. My name is Coram Ashleen, and I have the dubious honor of being the lore master of this Mages Guild. Word has spread that you seek the Crystal Tower. I have known students of mine to search an entire lifetime, never destined to walk within its hallowed halls. I will, however, consider doing something I would have never thought to do. I will help you find the Crystal Tower. Wait, you've known students to spend their entire lifetimes doing this, and you would never tell them. You are a terrible person. In return, you must do a favor for me first. You see, a few nights ago, priests of the Mad God attacked our guild. Oh, so it's priests, not knights. That's a massive difference. They were protected by some sort of spell that absorbed our magic, making us powerless to stop them. Many of our initiates died, and the priests carried off a number of our treasured artifacts. Among these was a small diamond. Alright, fair enough. Something different. So, Temple of the Mad God? I cannot speak more of this other than to say it is a vital purpose here in the guild by strengthening our magic. As a secondary function as well, one that would be of interest to you. I quested and won this magical gem in fair combat from its previous master, the dummy leash Zephyrus. It said that the light from the gem will allow the viewer to see the true location of the crystal tower on a specially prepared map. A map I have in my study. The priests, however, have the diamond. If you would consider recovering it, I'd be happy to show you the location of the crystal tower. You will, however, have to bring me the diamond first. Do you agree? Sure. Good. You will find the Temple of the Mad God outside the city of Elyswer. Wait a moment while I get a pen and mark the location on your map. Remember, bring me the diamond and I will show you the location of the crystal tower as a reward. Corey inscribes the location of the Temple of the Mad God onto your map. Alright. Anything else I should really, see in here before I leave? Nothing really that important. There's a bunch of torques. And I don't even know what to do with half these torques. So yeah. I have good stuff already. More than I know what to do with when it comes to torques and all that. So, Temple of the Mad God. Alright. Well, no time better than the present to go there, right? Especially since it's going to be coming night soon here anyway. Words. Only 4 days to travel though, so not bad. Let's go there.